Now in 4 News Now, conference play begins tomorrow for the Gonzaga men, while the Zags need to win to keep their hopes of playing at home during the NCAA tournament alive.
It's a wet end to Wednesday across the region, and now I'm tracking some snow for the weekend. I'll let you know how much to expect.
And new details on that sheen that was seen floating down the Spokane River, where the Department of Ecology says it originated from, coming up. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now, and we begin with breaking news. New details tonight on the shooting in Northwest Spokane yesterday morning. We now know the suspect is facing several charges, including kidnapping. Thanks for being with us. I'm Derek Dice. That shooting took place at a home near Francis and Sutherland. Investigators say this all began as a domestic violence incident the night before. Spokane police say 44-year-old Torrin Harrington used a gun to force a woman into his car. He then drove her around the city. The next day, Harrington burst into a home where the woman, a man, and 3 children were inside. Police say Harrington shot the man and pointed the gun at other people in the house. When police arrived, they found the woman and children in the basement, with one of the children holding a knife to defend themselves. Harrington was eventually arrested and faces a total of 6 charges, including kidnapping and assault. No update on the man who was hospitalized after being shot. All right, you're taking a live look at the Spokane Arena right now. That's the site of Gonzaga's conference opener against Pepperdine tomorrow. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us now in studio. And Julian, Zags, by their high standards, it's been a bit of a struggle so far for them this season.
Yeah, not the start that many of them anticipated, especially when they were ranked at the top of the year. Borderline top 25 right now. The Bulldogs suffered 4 losses before the new year. That hasn't happened in more than a decade. If the season ended today, Gonzaga would be a number 9 seed in the NCAA tournament, according to ESPN. That would be their lowest seed since 2016. And the chances of playing at Spokane Arena for the start of the tournament look bleak at best. But head coach Mark Few is just hoping that the tough start to the season doesn't carry over into conference play tomorrow.
Obviously, it's been difficult, and we've been all over the place, and we've played a lot of different teams, and very from the top of the heap to some not at the top of the heap. So like all our non-conference does, it helps toughen us up. The critical thing is that you can't let it mess with your confidence.
And tip-off against Pepperdine is at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to have live pregame and postgame coverage for you on 4 News Now. Derek?
All right, Julian, thank you. The city of Spokane is now searching for a new fire chief. New Mayor Lisa Brown released a vague statement today saying she was, quote, consulting with fire department leadership, including Chief Brian Schaefer, to develop a plan and process for transitioning the role of fire chief. The statement does not say whether Schaefer is resigning or being let go. We reached out to Chief Schaefer. He says he's planning to share more information tomorrow. Schaefer has been the fire chief since 2017 and served in the department for many years before that. Prior to Spokane, he worked for departments in Yakima and Missouri. Mayor Brown also needs to replace the police chief after Craig Meidel resigned from his position in late December. All right, we hope you enjoy the wet weather because we have a lot more on the way, including some snow. We're going to send it over to Chris Crocker now with a look at that first alert forecast.
Yes, a little bit of snow mixing in with the rain tonight, but more meaningful snow as we get into the weekend. It's been light rain for much of the evening in Spokane. Here's the latest image from Rathdrum, however, starting to see a little bit more texture with those raindrops, a rain-snow mix, no accumulation. However, even on the grassy surfaces, it's a similar scene up in Sandpoint. Here's a look at our Doppler radar, and we have this band of precipitation that has been slowly moving to the north, but not moving very quickly, and we've seen some additional shower development on the back side of it too. So we will continue to have that chance of showers through the overnight. Zoomed in right now, we find mostly rain, but then those pockets of rain-snow mix as we get further into North Idaho. But temperatures around the region are above freezing. We're at 33 though in Spirit Lake, 33 in Post Falls. It's 35 right now in the airport in Spokane and 35 in Deer Park. Got some areas of dense fog, but just a small area from the West Plains out toward Davenport. You'll run into some dense fog this evening. Things should improve by tomorrow morning. Your Thursday planner, a high of 38. 33 is our average high with a chance of That light rain, snow mix or rain, a day very much like today. The best chance will be tomorrow evening. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you about that snow in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, see you in a bit. Police are investigating a body found in the Dishman Hills Natural Area in Spokane Valley. The body was found just south of Appleway Boulevard near South Vista Road. The sheriff's office says they believe it was the body of a homeless person, and there are no obvious signs that indicate how they died. We now know the source of the mysterious sheen that was found floating down the Spokane River last week. The Department of Ecology says it came from the Inland Empire Paper Company in Millwood. Investigators say the company experienced a cooling equipment failure that led to mineral oil leaking into the river. That leak has been fixed. The department also says the mineral oil is non-toxic and not hazardous to people or wildlife. Well, police are looking for those responsible for shooting at a man and almost running him over early this morning in West Central Spokane. Investigators say it happened here on West Spofford near A.M. Cannon Park. Sydney Charles explains what may have led to the incident.
Police received several different calls at around 2:30 a.m. right here at A.M. Cannon Park. People described a chaotic scene to officers, a car driving through the area at a high speed, a man being chased by a car, and gunshots in the area. Lieutenant Terry Pruninger with Spokane Police says officers arrived within minutes of those first few calls.
They saw a vehicle fleeing the area at a high rate of speed. They weren't able to get close enough to it to engage in any kind of pursuit.
Police used canine units to search the area and eventually found the car abandoned here near Mission and Maxwell. They confirmed that the car was stolen.
But in plain view, just looking into the vehicle, they could see shell casings, and they brought in a canine unit to do a track of the occupants of the car. They weren't able to locate the people from the car.
But the canine unit did find a gun that was hidden in a fire pit near where the car had been abandoned. Hours later, police spoke with the victim in this drive-by shooting.
He is alleging at this time that he was robbed of at least a cell phone and that he was struck with the firearm, not rounds from it, but actually hit with it as an impact weapon.
He told police that the car also tried to run over him.
He at one point was seen running from the car, and we do have witness statements that say they can confirm that. He then was struck by the car at some point. He did not have to seek medical attention for it, and they started to shoot at him.
Police do not have any suspects in custody, but this remains an ongoing investigation. If you have any information about what happened and haven't spoke with police yet, SPD is asking you to call Crime Check at 509-456-2233. Reporting in Spokane, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
A Spokane man will spend the next 14 years in prison for drug trafficking. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, 45-year-old James LeBlanc pled guilty to possession with intent to distribute meth. The U.S. Attorney's Office says LeBlanc was involved in 3 separate incidents in 2022. Each time he was found to be in possession of drugs. Still ahead, respiratory illness cases are on the rise across the country. Coming up, we'll take a look at local numbers and how to tell the difference between the flu, COVID, and RSV.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Chances for a brighter future. Crosswalk Youth Shelter restores hope for homeless children, connecting them with essential services.
Crosswalk's mission is to end youth homelessness. We provide housing, behavioral health services, case management, and just work on all of those needs. This new building is an investment in their future. We'll have a new facility embedded in a neighborhood.
Numerica Cares for Kids is honored to donate $1,000 toward Crosswalk's new building. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Whatever your New Year's resolutions are, we have the equipment, staff, and facilities to get the job done.
Don't delay. Get started today.
Move Fitness.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Here we go. Football is back, and your fantasy lineups are set. But the real action this season is at Turf Club Sportsbook. We've got real sports betting in the heart of the action at Northern Quest, with wall-to-wall HD TVs and luxury leather seating just off the casino floor. And now, you can even place bets right on your phone with our new mobile app. There's nothing fantasy about that. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond, and we bring the fight to the front line. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
All right, take a look at this. At least 2 people decided to ring in the new year by jumping off a building in Seattle. It happened in the middle afternoon with one man telling Como News they glided right past his window. It's just kind of wild to see. All right, seasonal virus activity is surging across the U.S. and right here in the inland Northwest. Natalie Grant has a look at the latest data from the CDC and explains how you can protect yourself and those around you.
Well, Derek, this is the most recent published data from the CDC showing influenza trends across the United States. As you can see, both Washington and Idaho are in those high levels of activity, but not as high as you'll see down here in the southeast with states like Louisiana and Georgia in that purple color. But with everyone back home from the holidays, health experts are expecting this surge to continue as we head further into January.
A new year, the same respiratory viruses hitting the U.S. hard.
We are seeing an enormous amount of COVID. Fortunately, a lot of that is in the outpatient setting, not necessarily in the hospital like we had seen in years past. Influenza is rampant.
2/3 of states reporting flu activity that's high or very high, and it's accelerating. So far, 7 million confirmed illnesses, 73,000 hospitalizations, and 4,500 deaths related to the flu. Nationally, CDC data shows that COVID-19 levels in wastewater are very high, higher than this time last year in every region. Weekly emergency department visits rose 12% and hospitalizations jumped about 17% in the most recent week. With cases surging, some hospitals are requiring masks once again.
And it's typical that we see a surge in these viruses at this time of year, although it does seem to be a bit more this year than in years past.
Dr. Denise Milstein with the Mayo Clinic says protect yourself and others by being vaccinated against these spreading viruses, as well as practicing other preventative measures like staying home when you're sick, washing your hands, and masking up if you don't feel well but have to be around others.
The more we expose one another, the more we'll see an increase in these infections.
Now, RSV activity is showing signs of slowing in some parts of the U.S., but many measures, including hospitalization rates, remain elevated. Now, overall, young children and older adults are the most affected by this virus. Reporting in studio, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
All that wet weather, it only amounted to 0.04 of an inch of precipitation in Spokane so far today. We zeroed out our calendar at the first of the year, so that's been our total so far for the year, already running below average. But there's a lot of wet weather, including snow, in the 7-day forecast. I'll have that after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
No panic, no gain, Elaine.
Hello, my hot girl. Megan Thee Stallion. You can call me Mother Fitness. Yes, we are not gymming like this no more. Welcome to Planet Fitness, where everybody can work out in their own way.
Join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
If you're going to work out doing this, then you've just got to do this. The 10-minute tummy tuck to slim away double the belly fat. That's right. Now you can turn regular diet and exercise into 2 times more effective. So if you're going to do this, then you've got to do this to get twice the fat slimming.
It's just disappeared. The fat is gone. I've never had a waist this size. Never. And with the tummy tuck, it's easy.
You simply apply the thermal accelerator, slide on the tummy tuck belt, do 2 minutes of tummy tightener exercises, and in 10 minutes, you can take it off. And the tummy tuck ignites a fat-burning chain reaction that lasts for hours, even while you're doing nothing. Yes, just watch this time-lapse thermal imaging. After the belt is taken off, the temperature continues to rise for over 3 hours. And best of all, you don't have to wear the belt when you exercise. Just do the tummy tuck in the morning, then exercise whenever you want.
It's so amazing. I can't get over it. The fat is disappearing.
And it's so effective, it works even without changing your lifestyle.
I didn't change a single thing about my lifestyle. I did not change my eating habits, nothing.
Just look at this state-of-the-art ultrasound imaging showing the tummy fat layer is being slimmed away.
This is the slimmest I've been. I've never had results like this.
My stomach is so much flatter now. It worked.
And now, for just $19.99, you can try the Tummy Tuck, which comes in 3 flexible fit sizes to fit small to big tummies. Plus, the Thermal Accelerator Cream and the step-by-step video and guide, all for just $19.99. Plus, the Tummy Tuck is guaranteed or your money back.
This actually did work. It definitely worked. You're getting what you were promised.
It's real. The fat has fallen off. It's gone.
So call now.
Call 1-800-293-1637 or log on to 10minutetummytuck.com. That's 1-800-293-1637. Call now.
No panic, no gain, Elaine.
Hello, my hot girl. Megan Thee Stallion. You can call me Mother Fitness. Yes, we are not gymming like this no more. Welcome to Planet Fitness, where everybody can work out in their own way.
Join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
All right, welcome back. Here is a live look over downtown Spokane, where we're getting a break from the rain, at least for now, because we have even more on the way, right, Chris?
We do have more rain, more of that rain-snow mix, and then a lot more snow in the 7-day forecast. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Some light showers overnight. Both rain and that rain-snow mix, but no accumulation expected in the valleys. That rain-snow mix will continue on Thursday. More showers Friday, and we could see more snow mixing in with the rain, up to 1 inch of accumulation possible in some of the valley locations. Then the snow gets a little more intense over the weekend. Here is a look at some of the early estimates on what we can expect from Friday night through Sunday afternoon. 1 to 2 inches in Spokane, 2 to 3 in Coeur d'Alene, St. Mary's. The higher totals in the valleys up in the northern panhandle, parts of the Columbia Basin staying clear of the snow. That includes Lewiston down in the LC Valley, 1 to 2 inches down in Moscow and Pullman. Right now, it looks like we have another system then coming in early next week that will bring some higher totals in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Could see in the 2 to 5 inch range. Meanwhile, for Thursday, we do have more wet weather on the way. It's going to start off fairly slow, only a 20% chance of precipitation, but increases as the day goes on. Finally, by tomorrow evening, we're up to a 70% chance of precipitation. Our forecast radar, starting off at 7 o'clock in the morning, shows mostly dry conditions over eastern Washington, but it is so damp that you will probably get a little light drizzle on your windshield. The roads and sidewalks will be wet, and we will still have some snow in the mountains of North Idaho. As we go through the morning, a hit and miss sprinkle or flurry, but by noon we're going to get a little bit of a break before more substantial precipitation moves in the late afternoon and evening. Because of the timing, it looks like we're mostly going to be dealing with rain in Spokane Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and in the valleys up through North Idaho as well. High temperatures will be well up into the 30s. I'll show you in just a moment. Overnight lows tonight staying above freezing in many locations, including Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, Moscow, Pullman, and Lewiston. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 30s in Spokane and even a lot of 40s on the map. So again, if you do happen to see a little snow mixing in at your place, it is not going to be around for long, but we have a lot cooler weather on the way. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Saturday, we've got that snow on the way that will continue into a cold Sunday, 31 for a high. Even colder weather ahead next week with that next round of snow coming in Monday and into Tuesday. And your phones have probably already told you we have got some colder weather coming. Maybe not quite as cold as some of the phone apps I've been hearing about have said, but we definitely are going to be looking at some cold weather. I'll have your 8 to 14 day forecast in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, we'll get ourselves ready for it. Idaho Law Enforcement Diversion is a pilot program in Kootenai County that aims to help people who are struggling with drug addiction. Today, Idaho State Police hosted its first graduation. Marissa Rio met with a graduate and shares more about how the program can help those who are struggling.
It was an emotional day celebrating the first person to graduate this program. I spoke with the graduate earlier today and he asked that he remain anonymous. So for that reason, we will not be using his name. He said when he began this program in December of 2022, he had been an addict for nearly 3 decades. After a year of hard work, today he is sober.
Today was the true testament that this program can make a difference in someone's life. This graduate had been pulled over in December of 2022. He had meth on him. Rather than going to jail, the police referred him to this program. He was matched with a case manager and went through 12 months of treatment. When he started this program, he said he was suicidal. Since he's been sober, he said he no longer is. The case manager assigned to this participant said after 6 months of treatment, he really flipped a switch and was grateful for this opportunity.
It's awesome. I mean, I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. He's the first one that's done this. So watching him grow has been amazing, and I wish the best. And I told him, I'm like, I'm happy to be here for you.
Once a participant graduates, their drug charge is dropped. To qualify for this program, a person needs to be 18 years or older and cannot be a sex offender or have any violent charges within the last 10 years. As of now, there are 2 others currently in the program. Today's graduate wanted others who are struggling to know that it does get better. Reporting in Kootenai County, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, the first round of new documents in the Jeffrey Epstein case has been unsealed. How many people could be named once they're all released? Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The New Year's Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, so you can still save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years, no interest. Say goodbye to tired old designs, and hello to killer new looks. But hurry, the extended New Year's Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Whatever your New Year's resolutions are, we have the equipment, staff, and facilities to get the job done.
Don't delay. Get started today.
Move Fitness.
Pain, go away. Now it can go away with Hempvana Rocket Relief, the wireless electric stimulation pain relief pen that goes to work immediately. Simply place it where it hurts, then watch as the relaxing currents boost your endorphins and relieve your pain. You can see it work and you can feel it work, relieving pain from sore and aching muscles, even nagging sports injuries in your knees, back, neck, hurting hands, and more. Fast. Call now and get the Hempvana Rocket 10's Pain Relief Pen for just $19.99. And when you order today, you'll get our flathead and our single point head, both absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Plus, get our Hempvana Pain Relief Cream. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship it all to you free. This offer is not on Amazon. Order now.
Call 1-800-293-6602. That's 1-800-293-6602. Or visit HempvanaRocket.com. So call 1-800-293-6602 now.
This is a first responder. And same here. But did you know that these are first responders too? I just got hit! The towing industry is 15 times deadlier than all other private industries combined.
You see that?
You can change that by following the simple rule, slow down, move over.
It's the safe thing to do.
And
it's the law.
Make our freeways safer.
Slow down, move over.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond and we bring the fight to the front line. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Around the nation, the first round of the Jeffrey Epstein documents have been released. Epstein was accused of abusing young girls and women for years and died by suicide in jail while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges 4 years ago. ABC's Emily Schmidt has the latest.
More than 4 years after Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in jail, awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges, federal courts are giving a new window into his world. It's all happening because while Epstein's legal woes played out publicly, court documents redacted the names of some of his accusers and associates, calling them only John Doe or Jane Doe. Now the first 40 documents have been unsealed, making the names public. Ultimately, nearly 200 people could be named. It's unknown what all the documents contain. Some names were already revealed when Epstein's partner Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted of sex trafficking in 2021. And appearing in these court documents doesn't necessarily imply wrongdoing. Epstein circulated within high-powered circles and was known to spend time with former Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, as well as Microsoft founder Bill Gates, none of whom have been accused of wrongdoing related to their connections to Epstein. Britain's Prince Andrew was also a friend of Epstein's. Virginia Roberts Giuffre accused Andrew of forcing her to perform sex acts when she was a minor. The prince denied allegations and reached an undisclosed settlement with Giuffre in 2022. The unsealed documents also won't name everyone. Accusers who were under 18 when they allege wrongdoing will remain anonymous. The documents are expected to be released gradually over the next few days, revealing potential new information after years of mystery. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Former President Donald Trump has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the Colorado ruling that disqualified him from that state's 2024 ballot. According to the filing, Trump's attorneys argued the question of eligibility should be determined by Congress and not the states. The attorneys also wrote the Colorado State Supreme Court incorrectly ruled an insurrection occurred at the U.S. Capitol and that Trump engaged in it. Colorado's highest court ruled last month that Trump was constitutionally ineligible due to the 14th Amendment's insurrection clause. This is just one of the ballot changes facing the former president. In Maine, Secretary of State Sheena Bellows says she has a legal obligation to remove Trump from the ballot.
Certainly, it's unprecedented for a Secretary of State to deprive a presidential candidate of ballot access under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. It's also unprecedented for a presidential candidate to engage in insurrection.
Trump denies he engaged in insurrection. In his appeal to a Maine court, he argues Bellows is a biased decision maker and did not give him adequate time and opportunity to present a defense. Well, beer cans, beer bottles, and a smoked joint. That's what was found on the floor of this plane that was stolen in Las Vegas over the weekend. Now, investigators are trying to figure out how a man managed to steal it in the first place. Investigators say the plane took off after 30 minutes tracking stops near the California border. Sometime Saturday night, the owners of the plane say they got an urgent series of calls saying a sensor went off and asking if they had just crashed or had a hard landing. The plane was eventually found in a field outside of Barstow, California, about 150 miles from Vegas. Bernardino County deputies arrested a 40-year-old suspect after he took off into the desert. Other plane owners in Vegas have been concerned about security.
Heaven forbid that something could have happened with this pilot that stole the airplane. We all agree that we would like to feel safer, that we would like to have the airport more secure.
Now, authorities did not say where the plane was headed, but the owner says they found a binder with directions on how to land at an airport in Corona. All right, still ahead, you'll soon be able to fly directly from Spokane to one major city on the East Coast. Find out which one after the plate.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
North Idaho Urology's high-quality, accessible care just got even closer. Expert care is now within reach at the North Idaho Urology Post Falls campus. Our new Post Falls location offers the same advanced technology as our Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint clinics, creating a seamless experience for our patients. Don't wait any longer. Visit our website or call to schedule your appointment today.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camas Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing on January 25th. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off, and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now, and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone, the last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-575-1560 or go to buynutriblade.com.
All right, welcome back. We're starting off the new year with flu season in full swing. According to the CDC, flu transmission rates are high across both Washington and Idaho. The Spokane Regional Health District says this season, 4 flu deaths have been reported so far. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez has the story.
After a busy holiday season, it comes as no surprise that flu levels are high. Today, I learned what those cases look like here in the Inland Northwest and how you can stay healthy. This year, many of us are on a mission to dodge not only the flu, but RSV and COVID. All 3 respiratory illnesses typically see a surge after the holidays.
If this mirrors a typical flu season, we'll see pretty significant activity through January and February.
According to the most recent data from the Washington State Department of Health, COVID is leading the pack for hospital admissions, followed by the flu, and then RSV. Idaho is seeing a rise in all 3.
In terms of hospitalizations, we're seeing a rise as well for those at the extremes of age. So kind of your more elderly patients, maybe with more, underlying medical problems. And then also, like the very, very young babies.
Symptoms for the 3 illnesses are very similar.
They're all going to give, runny nose, sore throat, cough, congestion, fever, and, fatigue, low energy, muscle aches.
To determine what you have, testing either at home or with a doctor will give you the best results.
We swipe the front of your nose and we tested for flu, COVID, RSV, and we're seeing a very high rate of those coming back positive. We've even seen cases where people will test positive for 2.
John Julio says if you're having trouble breathing and doing basic tasks like eating and drinking, it may be time to go to the hospital. For more flu season tips, you can visit our website, kxly.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Most of the wet weather now is moved north of downtown Spokane for the time being, just a little bit to the north. In fact, north of I-90 is where we find the majority of the wet weather across the region. We're seeing rain, but also pockets where there's a rain-snow mix or non-accumulating snow in the valleys. Here's a broader view of that wet weather as it moves further into the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho. Temperatures right now are above freezing in most locations until we get up around Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, and that is where we could have some minor snow accumulation over the next 24 hours, also in the central panhandle around Kellogg. But it looks like any accumulation we do see in Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint or even Winthrop will be only in the 1/10 of an inch range, at least with this round of snow. Here's a look at your Thursday planner. We're heading up to a high of 38 degrees with a mix of rain and snow. Overnight lows bottoming out right above freezing in Spokane. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Starting in June, you'll be able to take a direct flight from the Spokane Airport to the East Coast. Beginning on June 5th, American Airlines will provide one flight to and from Charlotte, North Carolina. The flight would leave around 10:30 at night and arrive in North Carolina at around 6:30 in the morning. This is the third nonstop flight American Airlines is adding to and from Spokane. American also added flights to Dallas-Fort Worth and Phoenix from the Spokane Airport. All right, if you're looking for a job in the customer service industry, there's a new job fair happening in Chewelah tomorrow. The Mustequa Casino Hotel, formerly known as the Chewelah Casino, is looking to hire for the new year. The job fair runs at the casino from noon to 3 tomorrow. The Spokane Tribe is looking to fill positions including baristas, bartenders, cashiers, servers, front desk agents, housekeepers, and attendants. All right, it's a new year, but Americans' reliance on credit cards and their high balances have carried into 2024. What does that mean for the overall economy and for those who've made financial resolutions where they can start to pare down their credit card debt? CNN's Karen Caifa explains.
The numbers are still trickling in, but Americans were on track to spend a pretty hefty amount over the holidays. So if you are looking to tackle holiday debt or debt that has piled up amid higher inflation, experts say there are some steps you can take right now. For millions of Americans, lingering credit card debt follow their finances into the new year.
Even if it just happened over the holidays or it happened over the last couple of years, you need to get rid of that debt.
Americans' collective credit card balances soared to a new high of more than $1 trillion in 2023, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Meanwhile, the average interest rates for credit cards spiked at more than 22% in 2023, amid the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes to curb inflation. And while debt can feel isolating, households with credit card debt aren't an exception right now, according to consumer finance analyst Beverly Harzog, despite more promising economic numbers.
When inflation slows down, that just means that the rate of prices slows down as it's going up. It's still going up. And that's why so many are feeling the pinch of having not enough money to actually pay your monthly bills. And that's how a lot of people got into credit card debt.
Harzog says households can make a fresh start in the new year with two major first steps: creating a budget and tracking expenses.
Think of that as your financial foundation. You have those two things in place and you have control over how you spend your money.
Other key action items toward paying down debt, Harzog says, making a list of all credit card balances and knowing your credit score as a starting point. Credit scores can also help consumers decide on an approach to paying down debt. For households with good credit scores, a balance transfer to a credit card with a lower or temporary zero interest rate may be an option and help cut down on the interest that's paid over time. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
All right, still ahead, the push to solve the crisis on the southern border, why some lawmakers say the president isn't doing enough to stop the surge of migrants.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
If you're going to work out doing this, then you've just got to do this. The 10-minute tummy tuck to slim away double the belly fat. That's right. Now you can turn regular diet and exercise into 2 times more effective. So if you're going to do this, then you've got to do this to get twice the fat slimming.
It's just disappeared. The fat is gone. I've never had a waist this size. Never. And with the tummy tuck, it's easy.
You simply apply the thermal accelerator, slide on the tummy tuck belt, do 2 minutes of tummy tightener exercises, and in 10 minutes, you can take it off. And the tummy tuck ignites a fat-burning chain reaction that lasts for hours, even while you're doing nothing. Yes, just watch this time-lapse thermal imaging. After the belt is taken off, the temperature continues to rise for over 3 hours. And best of all, you don't have to wear the belt when you exercise. Just do the tummy tuck in the morning, then exercise whenever you want.
It's so amazing. I can't get over it. The fat is disappearing.
And it's so effective, it works even without changing your lifestyle.
I didn't change a single thing about my lifestyle. I did not change my eating habits, nothing.
Just look at this state-of-the-art ultrasound imaging showing the tummy fat layer is being slimmed away.
This is the slimmest I've been. I've never had results like this.
My stomach is so much flatter now. It worked.
And now, for just $19.99, you can try the Tummy Tuck, which comes in 3 flexible fit sizes to fit small to big tummies. Plus, the Thermal Accelerator Cream and the step-by-step video and guide, all for just $19.99. Plus, the Tummy Tuck is guaranteed or your money back.
This actually did work. It definitely worked. You're getting what you were promised.
It's real. The fat has fallen off. It's gone.
So call now.
Call 1-800-293-1637 or log on to 10minutetummytuck.com. That's 1-800-293-1637. Call now.
If your employer doesn't supply health care coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private health care is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with no deductible. To get the coverage you need, call the number on the screen now.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
That was the moment. A 13-year-old in Oklahoma did the impossible. Willis Gibson is said to be the first person to ever beat the original Nintendo version of Tetris. His score was 99999 when he reached level 157. However, the screen showed level 18 due to the code not even being designed to reach that high. Now, he actually finished 3rd in the 2023 Classic Tetris World Championship, but Gibson now says his goal is to win it all.
Oh, yes, I feel like he does won it all by being the first to beat it.
Only 13, too. Amazing.
I know. That's a good game.
You and I both spent a lot of time on Tetris back in the day.
Now that you've reminded me of it, I might be spending a lot of time on it between now and the 11 o'clock news. I'll give you an update. In the meantime, well, I'll actually be working on the forecast and some Wildlife Wednesday photos for you. And, you know, Mark Vogt sent in this amazing photo of a bald eagle with a kokanee. He was at a workshop at Lake Coeur d'Alene today, and I have been to one of Mark Vogt's workshops. He is a very good photographer, a good teacher too, and this is a spectacular photo. I love this one from Susie Corbet, a juvenile bald eagle, and you can tell because of the feathers there. She says it's about 3 years old, and that is such a bratty look, such a juvenile look. Like, Susie, leave me alone with my kokanee. And Shannon Verity shared this adorable photo. Double otters in Tico. She says she was watching them play and fish and enjoy the mild weather that is not going to be around much longer. Tonight, an overnight low of 33 degrees. That's above average, with rain and snow showers on an fairly isolated basis, very light precipitation. That will be the case tomorrow. It'll pick up in intensity a little bit right around the evening rush in the form of rain, with a high temperature of 38 degrees. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days, this black line is our average high, will be above average for the next 3 days. And then Sunday, for the first time since December 1st, we slip below average. We haven't had numbers like this, and it's really not all that cold. A high of 31, a high of 30 in the depth of winter, 35 for a high on Tuesday, but then we slip below average again on Wednesday. and then we really get cold. Here's a look at our temperature trend for the 11th through the 17th. That's the 8 to 14 day forecast, and it's not quite the navy blue, but we're in the second blue from the coldest range there. So we are seeing this very strong signal of below average temperatures for that time period. The average high starting at this point is in the mid 30s. So talking highs in the 20s and a chance of above average precipitation. So I know if you got a new snowblower or really want to get that sled out, you will have a chance coming up, actually starting as early as this weekend. We have snow coming in Saturday into Sunday. 1 to 2 inches in Spokane with up to 3 in Coeur d'Alene. That's what it looks like right now, and some heavy mountain snow. It's this system coming in Monday into Tuesday that could be more in the 5-inch range in many valley locations. But then there's another system after that, and it looks like they are stacked up like planes over O'Hare through the extended forecast. So get ready to shovel and step back into winter full force.
All right, we'll get ourselves ready for it. Well, Bruce Willis's wife is out with a new photo of the actor who's been battling a form of dementia for the past 2 years. Willis stepped out of the public life in 2022 after being diagnosed with aphasia, which makes it hard to speak, communicate, or even understand speech. His wife, Emma, posted this photo to commemorate their 16-year anniversary. She often posts about his diagnosis and being open about the struggles she faces as a caregiver.
It is really important to be able to have someone that you can trust with your feelings.
Emma says she's grateful to the community she has found in caregiving and for the support the Willis family has received since he was diagnosed with dementia. A group of House Republicans are turning up the pressure on the Biden administration to stop the flow of migrants across the southern border. But President Biden is blaming Republicans for rejecting his border security proposals meant to alleviate that issue. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Today, House Republicans touring the southern border, keen on making the influx of migrants into the U.S. front and center this election year.
Under President Biden, America has laid out a welcome mat to illegal immigrants, smugglers, and cartels.
This December alone, sources telling ABC News Customs and Border Protection reported more than 300,000 migrant encounters. But the White House is instead pointing the finger at Republicans, accusing them of exacerbating the problem at the border, noting how the House GOP has refused to fund President Biden's supplemental spending package, which includes money to hire more border agents, among other provisions.
So we need the resources to actually do the work, and they keep getting in the way. House Republicans keep getting in the way.
Meanwhile, as Texas Governor Greg Abbott buses hundreds of migrants out of state to so-called sanctuary cities, some, like Chicago and New York, are approving new ordinances to fine bus companies for arriving without notice. The bitter border battle comes as House Republicans ramp up efforts to impeach Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas for his handling of the crisis. An official hearing now announced for next week as part of the impeachment proceedings. The Department of Homeland Security telling ABC News this is a baseless political exercise. Mayorkas with this reaction on CNN.
I am surrounded by incredibly talented and dedicated people, and I'm incredibly proud to work alongside them and to support them in advancing the mission of the Department of Homeland Security.
Mayorkas is now working with a group of Senate leaders to try and reach a new bipartisan border security package that lawmakers can vote on upon returning from holiday recess. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Well, Russia and Ukraine just wrapped up the largest prisoner exchange since the start of that war. Ukrainian officials say over 200 prisoners of war were exchanged today. The swap included 6 illegally detained civilians. In exchange, Russia confirmed almost 250 Russian military members were returned to Russian territory. Russia credits the exchange to the United Arab Emirates, who pleaded for a humanitarian intervention. All right, the Washington Huskies, they were just in New Orleans. Now they'll be traveling to Houston for the national championship game.
Yeah, we're going to dive into the matchup against Michigan and if the quick turnaround there will impact UW at all next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
And so much happening.
Right here in the Northwest.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning Northwest and Good Morning America.
We're right here, and we got you.
We got you, Northwest.
Boating, skiing. We've got it all in the Northwest thanks to 4 full seasons. But that wide temperature range also makes it difficult and expensive to stay comfortable year-round. That's where the experts at Bill's Heating and AC come in. Right now, they're including a free cold climate heat pump with every furnace purchase. Heat pumps keep you comfortable year-round at the lowest possible cost. And now you can upgrade to one for free. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and make living in the Northwest even better.
The new Miracle Blade World Class 2012 Professional Series is the best set of knives you'll ever own. The spectacular World Class 2012 Series, over a $300 value for just $39.95. But we're just getting started. We'll send you a complete second set of Miracle Blades for free. That's right, another entire set, a $300 value for free. Just pay shipping and processing. And we're still not done. If you're one of the first 500 callers, we'll send you 2 additional Miracle Blade World Class Slicers. That's an additional $80 value, totally free. Miracle Blade World Class is also guaranteed for life. We'll replace any damaged knife at any time for any reason for free forever. Over $600 worth of knives for just one payment of $39.95. Don't miss this opportunity. Call right now or just log on to miracleblade.com.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in 1 day only. New 2024 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
I was scared, I was lost, and I felt hopeless. Even if I wanted to be adopted, who would adopt a 17-year-old?
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
All right, welcome back. We are inching closer to the College Football National Championship game between Washington and Michigan. Michigan is favored by 4.5 points right now. Sports Director Julian Minnesone is here. And Julian, how do the Huskies feel about being the underdogs in this one?
They wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, they were underdogs going into the Pac-12 championship game against Oregon and won that one. And now they're trying to do the same in the national championship. The Huskies defeated Texas in the Sugar Bowl on Monday to punch their ticket to the title game. And as you can see, the celebration was pretty wild. Now UW will have a quick turnaround before heading to Houston, but that doesn't bother Huskies quarterback Michael Penix Jr. one bit. He's been preparing for this moment all season long.
I've said it since I think it was around fall camp, that our goal was to win the national championship. And some people probably didn't believe us, but we have the opportunity to do that. So we're not going to get distracted and forget about that goal.
A kickoff between UW and Michigan is at 4:30 on Monday. Washington State basketball continues conference play against Oregon State tomorrow. The Cougars will be shorthanded. Head coach Kyle Smith said on this week's Coaches Show that guard Joseph Yesufu will most likely be out for the rest of the season. Yesufu missed the last 7 games due to a lower body injury. He averaged 6 points a game and brought some much-needed experience to a very young Washington State team. Yesufu transferred to WSU from Kansas this season after winning a national title with the Jayhawks. Smith is hopeful that Yesufu will return next season. Tip-off between Washington State and Oregon State is at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. This is the 305th meeting between these schools. That's the 6th longest series in college basketball history. Eastern Washington men's hoops playing against South Dakota in the Big Sky Summit League Challenge. Lahat Tween gives South Dakota the early lead inside. But that's when Dane Erikstrup took over for Eastern Washington. Erikstrup had a game-high 32 points. He went 7 of 12 from 3. The big fella couldn't be stopped. He's hyped right there, but neither could other Eastern Washington big man Ethan Price. I mean, the dynamic duo was literally huge inside as the Eagles dominate on the road, 93-79. Next up, the Eagles will take on North Dakota State Saturday at home. In Idaho, hosting St. Thomas, turnovers hurting the Vandals at least early on. Off the steal, the Tommies are off and running, and it'll be Raheem Anthony finds Kendall Blue on the fast break. Idaho trailed by 2 at halftime. But in the second half, the Vandals trying to get something going. They turned defense into offense. Julius Mims with the block at the rim, and then the big fellas rewarded on the other end for the slam. But the Vandals couldn't really get over the hump after that. Here is St. Thomas with the ball. It'll be Anthony finding the cutting Drake Dobbs underneath. The Vandals, well, they fall at home 75-67. The Vandals will have some time off before taking on Eastern Washington on the 13th. And as of right now, ESPN Bracketology has Weber State as the automatic qualifier from the Big Sky. But who knows, Eastern, they were picked to finish second, had a great run last year before getting stopped in the tournament. Anything can happen in those mid-major conference tournaments.
A lot better than expected, for sure, the Eagles. All right, we'll be back with more after this. Don't go away.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's just 8 days until the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. January 11th through the 15th. Amazing RV discounts and manufacturers' reps are coming from across the country with incredible prices for the show only. Thanks on site with super low interest rates. And again featuring tiny homes in multiple models. Tons of vendors and free admission. There's prizes and giveaways, including a travel trailer giveaway. There's adult beverages, live band, and a scavenger hunt for the kids. It's the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. January 11th through the 15th.
3, 2, 1.
The new year is here, and that means it's time to jump into the gym and get those New Year's resolutions going to move more in 2024.
Let's go!
Lose some inches.
Drop a few pounds. Get stronger.
Whatever your goals are, Move Fitness has the staff, trainers, and facilities to get the job done. Plus, you can sign up now with no enrollment fee to be the best you can be and move more in 2024.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-950-4029. That's 1-800-950-4029 or visit lizardflare.com. Order now.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have another bad day.
I really hope I don't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. It's a busy one and gets progressively colder. There'll be snow to shovel this weekend and beyond. Winter is returning.
Yeah, get those snow blowers fired up or greased up if you need to before taking them out. All right, that's going to do it for us for now. We'll be back at 11 o'clock with Nightside. We hope that you will join us then.